Hello everyone, today we are driving round more of central Edinburgh. How are you all? I hope you are all happy and healthy and safe out there wherever you are. Now, we have done one of these sort of videos before. Actually, we've done a couple of these videos before. But the first time I did one of these was literally just as we went into lockdown. Literally, I think it was the week before we went into lockdown worldwide and the world came to a stop that I did one of these videos. And we drove around mostly the north side of town. We did a little bit of central and we went down to Leith and we went down the shore a little bit. We came back up Easter Road and we did all that sort of side. So I thought we'd do it again, but we'd stay, or try to stay, mostly south side, and we'll go to the centre, possibly West End. But we will just drive about, and I will try to avoid doing some of the same routes I've already done. But we might cross paths with them a little bit because we've done two in town really. We've done one from central town out to the Forth Bridges, and we've done one sort of central north. Yeah, now we're going to do central south, but still central. We're not going to really explore out. I was going to go around a little bit of Arthur's Seat. I was going to start going up by Queen's Drive, up the side of Salisbury Crags, but for some reason it's shut. So we're actually starting off at virtually the same point we started the first time we did one of these videos. If you haven't seen that one, I'll leave a link in the corner. So let's go for a drive and just have a look round about town on the roads. Just before we get started, if you haven't already, please remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment as well. But most importantly, come subscribe to Clan Broonford. Okay, here we go, people. We are virtually at the exact same spot we were before. I'm actually parked on the wrong side of the road, but I couldn't get parked on the side that I wanted to start at. So, okay. So behind me right now is virtually what I said before, Dynamic Earth, the back of the Scottish Parliament. And here we go, this is Queen Margaret, part of Queen Margaret? No, Edinburgh Uni, part of Edinburgh Uni on my left hand side. Just there, for any of you wanting, just at View Craig Gardens, there is an NCP car park where you can pay for parking, just literally the left hand turn. Not cheap though, because it's right in the centre of town. So if I was to go straight over there, I would get to the grass market. We're going to go left. We're going left this time. Now this is us in the Pleasance. Right ahead, that's the Flodden Wall right there. We have walked that before. We have walked along that way and traced the route of the Flodden Wall. If you haven't seen that one, where have you been? What are you doing? This is the Pleasance Courtyard on my left hand side, which normally would have been a proper hive of activity last month, but since the festival was cancelled, it wasn't. There's been a lot of things the same round the world, been hit really hard, but I think the thing nowadays that is really getting hit hard, because most things are opening, but the theatres aren't. I think they were one of the first things to shut and are probably going to be the last things to open, and are getting no help. Not really. So I think there's going to be it's funny when you think about that. That's not going to be a business here or there that closes. If the government don't step in, that's an industry, a whole industry. Anyway, that was the Pleasance. This is us heading up towards what would be the Commonwealth Pool, and the original route I was going to go. We're still on Pleasance here right now. Now we're on St Leonard's Street, but again it just automatically joins on now. On the left hand side, up one of these side streets here, you get to the new Holyrood distillery, where you can go in, you can get a tour of the distillery, try some of the gin. The whiskey's too early for you to try that yet. It's probably only coming up for a year old, the whiskey in there, and it needs to be at least 3 years old, so you can't do that yet. But they do have a courtyard now, and you can get what do you call it, pizzas, and have a whiskey or a beer and sit in the courtyard. It's up one of these left hand sides here. I'm not quite sure which one. Oh, it's that one that I just passed. That one there I just passed. That's how you get to there. So this is almost the route I kind of wanted to go, because I wanted to drive up Queen's Drive and then go past the Commonwealth Pool and turn right. That's almost to where I'm leaning now. We've just went a different way. Okay, so I'm going to turn right now and head towards the Meadows. The Commonwealth Pool, unfortunately, you're not going to see because, like I said, we couldn't drive that way because of, I don't know why the Holyrood Park is shut today. You can see there's a lot of roadworks going on, but it's always the same everywhere, isn't it? So we are going to go right here. Here we go, right. You can see a lot of lovely old buildings here. This is us on East Preston Street here. As you leave Edinburgh, you've got a lot, as you leave central Edinburgh, you've got so many of these beautiful big Georgian buildings as the city just started to expand once they brought down the walls. The walls being the flood wall, and started to expand outside. I mean, look at all these beautiful buildings here. Now, we're just crossing over. This is South Clerk Street we're crossing. And now we are on West Preston Street. There's a lot of people in kilts and tartan, at least. Don't know who they are. Oh, is there a kilt walk or something on? Maybe that's why it's shut. Right, we're going to go right here and head towards the Pleasance. Quickly onto Lord Russell Place. Not head towards the Pleasance. Beat the Pleasance. Head towards the Meadows. So this will take us towards Toll Cross, west end of Princess Street in Edinburgh, sort of, but we get to pass through the Meadows. And here we go, into the Meadows. Again, we've been here, we've kind of done the history of the Meadows a while ago now, but if you search back, you'll find the video. Again, I'll leave a link in the corner. Meadows is always a central point for everyone. You can imagine having this much large green area, because although you can't see it, on the right hand side of me, it's just park. It's just massive big park area. It's a lot of space actually when you really look at it. I know you guys can't, but it's a lot of greenery. In fact, I think Edinburgh is Edinburgh is definitely the greenest city in Britain, as in for its green, grassy areas. I don't know about Europe, but I think it's definitely the greenest city in Britain. So there's lots of nice greenery areas. There's people playing volleyball on my left as well. Volleyball set up. It's nice. It's a fairly nice day today. This is September the 5th, just in case you're wondering what day it is. I'm not sure what the temperature is, and I can't really check because I'm driving. That would be irresponsible. So there we have. You can see it's a massive big space to drive through. That's the Meadows there. We're actually going to kind of double back on ourselves and come back into this part of the Meadows because I want to show you the King's Theatre if I can. Drive past that way, but then we'll maybe try to double back and go past the Festival Theatre. Like I said, we're going to try to explore a little bit of the west and south if I can today. Getting back to the buildings now. This is us on, for those of you following on a map, this is Broughan Place. Comment, let me know how many you follow on a map, because I know that a lot of you like to do that as I'm driving along here. So, if I can, oh, there's so much roadworks right now. This is actually, see all these roadworks on the left, you can see they're all kind of a little bit of size. They are adding more and more bike lanes to Edinburgh, trying to make it a far more bike friendly city, because the city himself is wanting to become, the council is trying to make it more and more environmentally friendly. So that is what all these bits at the side are, more and more bike lanes. Probably as we're exploring over the next little while, you'll notice them pop up. So we are going to go left here, we are going to double back. We'll end up coming down this road again. We're going to go left. Here we go. Again, for those of you following, this is Home Street. We're just going there, and then right in front of us, just that traffic light that's changing colour, is the King's Theatre, the beautiful King's Theatre there. It's a stunning little theatre. Unfortunately, again, in a lot of trouble. Possibly going to have to close down unless it gets help. And it's a listed building, so these sort of things around the country are really, really, really in trouble. Anyway, we're going to double back a little bit and go through another part of the Meadows. Or let's just turn round and come back to, oh no, let's go this way. Making up as we go along, people. That's the way I fly, by the seat of my pants. So this is actually the touching on the top half of the Meadows here as well. So you can see on the left hand side of me, there was, when I was driving through the Meadows, there was grass as well. Oh, stunning view from there. On my left, you can't see it, sorry, but on my left hand side, there's just a stunning view of Arthur's Seat. So, and again, on the right hand side of me, there is even more parkland for you to come and chill at. So if you fancy getting some green space, getting a little bit of the country in the city, Holyrood Park and the Meadows, all very central, all very easy. Actually, see on the left hand side here, coming up, and we're going back 10 years, just in here, I used to host the karaoke. It was called something different back then. But yeah, I used to host the karaoke in there. There you go, there's a little bit of Broonford history for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn right if we can, and then go back down the way we came. So that was a dead end, but however, I've used it to turn round and we're going back down. So we're just literally going back down the street we came up. So you can see on the left hand side of me, even more greenery for you all to sit and chill at. And once again, on the right hand side now, is where I used to host karaoke's that I just told you about. I was a good karaoke host. If anyone in town's needing a karaoke or a quiz host, let me know. Anyway, you've seen, oh no, well this is a better way to see it, I suppose. Seeing the road from both angles. A lot of speed bumps you can see. Okay, so we're going to go right now, which is kind of nice. I got to come up and show you the little bit I wanted to, and then we'll go, but oh, cutting that corner a bit fine there. So are you. So we're going to go right and go back down past the King's Theatre and head again towards the centre of town. Okay, here we go, going back down towards the centre of town. You can see everything's 20 miles an hour. You see that on the road there, the 20 mile an hour painted. Central Edinburgh, for a little while now, has been 20 miles an hour maximum, just to try to make it a little bit safer. Anyway, there's the King's Theatre, again on my right hand side. Right, let's continue on. So again, you've been up this road, we're going back down Home Street now. You can see it's busier now. If you go back and you watch the first one of these we did, just as we were about to go into lockdown, the streets were empty. You know, I was virtually driving about town on my own in the middle of the day, whereas it's a very, very, very different thing now. Everywhere's starting to come back to life. Let's go right. I'm kind of making this up as we go along. Let's go right. Okay, this is us going right now, and these guys are just walking out in front of us. Now this is us on Lauriston Place right now, for any of you wondering as we drive up. There's actually one of these streets on the left hand side, there's a set of cobbled, kind of a cobbled path, which is quite prominent in the Burke and Hare film with Simon Pegg. Not the greatest film in the world, but some beautiful views of Edinburgh. That's a hospital on the right there. Ear, nose and throat and eyes, things. Yeah, anyway, sorry. So we've kind of sort of been this way before. we're on the opposite side of the Meadows now. If you were just to pass through those buildings on my right hand side, you would get to the Meadows. Meadows? Meadows. So again, right hand side there, that's an old hospital as well, Old Western General, I think. Was it the Western General? It was an old hospital, I can't remember which one it was. That's going to annoy me, and I know one of you's going to correct me. Again, we've walked this way when we were tracing the route of the Flodden Wall. I'm going to go left here, down Forrest Road. The right hand side, when I was young, me and my mates, that green bit, oh, did you see it? There's a green building. It used to be a pub called Oddfellows there, which was a proper haunt for me and my friends when I was in my younger days, going back a bit then. So we're heading towards the centre of town a little bit now. Now I want to try to avoid the what do you call it, the north side of town. I'm going to try to stay south. When I say south, I mean south of the Royal Mile, really. So we'll go right here, and we are about to go down or along Chambers Street. Here we go. This is Chambers Street now, zebra crossing. And on the right hand side of me, that massive building on the right hand side, is the National Museum, where you can go and do National Museum-y things. And you know, see, the museums are open now. Once again, as long as you're socially distancing and wearing a face covering. Let's go up to the right. And this should, well, again, we're going to kind of double up on ourselves a little bit. I'm going to try to avoid it, but in some cases, when you're driving about the centre. So we're going on to the South Bridge. Right in front of us, this road here is South Bridge that we're going on now. Up to the right, that little side street where that white cars went, that's Infirmary Street for those of you following. And the big glass building on your right where it says, big sign, the curtain will rise again. This is the Festival Theatre. We're still on the South Bridge. Oh, I just passed a really good Italian. There's a really nice Italian that my dad used to take us to when I was young. That big glass building, that is the Festival Theatre, site of the old Empire Theatre. Brilliant history of the Empire Theatre with Lafayette, if you, not Lafayette. Lafayette? Was a magician. Ah, that's going to annoy me. Yeah, so, where are we? If I will we go down this street for a little bit and you guys can just see it? Yeah, why not? Just in case you're wondering, we are now on Nicholson Street. Kind of, you know, the street's just sort of turned into another one. There's an old cinema down here, which I knew it as an Odeon. It is a stunning, huge big building. And it has lay empty and desolate for a long time. It is a waste. Oh, you can hear an ambulance somewhere. There it is. On the right hand side, oh, there's scaffolding in front of it. I don't know what they're doing. They should really, that building on the right with the scaffolding in front of it. It was a beautiful building. I really hope they do something with it again. It was a really, I loved going there when I was a kid with my dad. It was a brilliant cinema to go to. I remember it being huge. One of these big, if someone's watching this Edinburgh-wise and can correct me, because it's been so long, but I remember it being a two-tiered massive screen. You know, there was two levels. There was kind of a stalls level and an upper circle level. Was I wrong? Because I can't remember. Someone correct me. Anyway, we're on South Clark Street again now. We kind of crossed this street earlier. We're gonna go. Oh, I should have went right there. Oh no. We're gonna go down the street that we've been before, which led us towards the Meadows. Except this time we're not going to go to the Meadows. I'm taking you around in circles today, guys. Oh no, we're not, because it is a one-way I can't turn right onto it. But we're going to go that way. We're just going to go a different way to get there. Okay, so we're going to go left here because of the direction I want to go. we need to kind of go around about. There's a lot of one-way streets in Edinburgh, and there's a lot of no right turns and no left turns, obviously to control the traffic and things like that. That is the back end of Arthur's Seat that we're looking at there. You don't normally get that view from it. We have been down this street, just on the right hand side. If I turned right, we would get to the Commonwealth Pool. We're going to double back on ourselves once again. The reason I'm doing this is just so that I can go the way I want it to go. So we are going left, and then we're actually going to take an immediate left again the first chance we get, so I can cross over. Go left here. Sorry, it wasn't the first one, it was the second one. Did I say the first one? I think I did. Here we go. Now hopefully this should allow me to go straight over and not quite go to the Meadows, because we've been there already. Go past and up the side of the Meadows. So we are crossing South Clark Street again. If I went straight on, you can see that would take me into the Meadows, and that is the way we went into the Meadows just a few minutes ago. We're going to go right this time though. Instead of going in, we're going to go around the side of the Meadows. And probably, if you were trying to learn your way about Edinburgh, this particular video is not going to help you. So we've been that way. That's the way we went into the Meadows. We're now going to go around the side of it. We're actually sort of circling the Meadows a little bit today, I've realised. I didn't actually do that intentionally. Unfortunately, due to some road closures and not realising that there was no right turns or left turns at certain points, it's made me have to ad-lib the route we're going right now. So on the right hand side of these buildings is South Clark Street, the road we drove down. Buccleuch Place on our left there that we're passing. Again, all of this is Edinburgh Uni on the left here. On the left hand side, normally it would have been finished by now, but it is a proper hive of activity during the festival. But not this year. Not this year at all. So we're about to come up to where we were before again. So I'm probably taking in circles today. This is POTTERROW we're on right now. For those of you following, if you know Edinburgh, you're probably really noticing how much of a big circle I've went. Left hand side again, right there. Just Bristol Square, usually a hive of activity. Can I go? Yes, I can. Good. Now, I'm going to go right here, and we're meeting up with ourselves. That road right in front of us, literally right in front of us, if I was coming towards us, I have just a few minutes ago on this street. We're about to go right and past that Oddfellows bar again that I told you about. So you can see I've really taken you on a big circle round the sort of Meadows in the south side of town here. And let's from here try to get back to where we started, if we can. That's the plan now, okay? You can see more bike lanes, work on the left hand side now, the bus isn't there. Oddfellows on my right hand side, right there. So we are going to go down on the left hand side in a second, as soon as the lights change. So right in front of us is the road onto Chambers Street. On my left hand side, this is Greyfriars Kirkyard on my left. That little crowd right in front of us, that's the Greyfriars statue. We're going down here, that's Greyfriars Kirk, literally on my left hand side. Now we're going down Candlemaker Row, heading towards the Grass Market. Oz Bar there on the right, used to be a good bar. I don't know if it is now, but it used to be. That is the Grass Market on our left hand side. We are going to go to the right, which at present is a one-way street. Now someone asked me about this. They asked if the Virgin Hotel, if it was open yet. No! See this building site right here? See that right in front of us right now? That is the Virgin Hotel. So no, not much of an open site yet. This bridge here, that's the bridge we looked at in the first Now and Then video, which we did not that long ago. I was standing right there, right beside that post. That's where we filmed from. Here we go. This is the Three Sisters pub on the right hand side. A lot of big outside space there. This is us in the COWGATE now, just in case you're wondering. If I went up to the left hand side there, if I walked up there, I would get to the Tron Kirk and the Royal Mile. That's where that is right there. Does anyone sort of see where we are now? Blackfriars straight to my left as we pass. We are almost back to where we started. Almost. We are going to go straight over here. Now when we started, this road right in front of us, where those cars are facing us right ahead, we came up and we went right, and that takes us onto the Pleasance. That's exactly where we started. So we are almost exactly back at the same bit. Look at that, it's almost like I knew what I was doing. Almost. Once again, as we head down towards, this is Holyrood Road we're on, which is the one we started on. Holyrood 9A, that pub right there, just we're passing. Really good food in there. Head in there if you get a chance, it's really good. Once again, Edinburgh Uni on my right hand side this time that we started at. There's a Baskin Robbins there, just opposite Edinburgh Uni, if any of you like a Baskin Robbins. It's the only one in town. It's a random spot for it to be at. It must be because it's beside the uni, because it is a random spot. And then straight ahead of us, the back end of the Scottish Parliament, and right here where I'm about to pull in is exactly where we started. So there you have it, guys. I hope that was fun. A little drive round the south side of central Edinburgh, mostly round about the Meadows, round about all that sort of area a little bit. I hope that was fun. I've got another couple of ideas for some of these sort of drive around videos. I've got an idea for one that might be really funny, just to entertain you, really. I don't think tourist wise it'll help you if you're coming to visit. I don't know if this one's going to help you, because that was really, I took you properly on a circular roundabout funny sort of way there. But hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, guys, as always, please remember to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and most importantly, please remember to subscribe. Also, why don't you go check out our Broonford shop, where you can get Broonford merchandise of varying types, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all that sort of thing. But most importantly, keep yourself safe out there. Until next time, bye humans.